Hello and welcome to Can Do Conversations. I am Cheryl Williams, also known as the Can Do Mom.
I'm CJ Williams, the Can Do Dad. Thank you for being here.
Welcome, guys. We are happy to have you here joining us today.
Yes.
It seems like it's been a while.
It has been.
I know. Even though these come out regularly, it just seems like it's been a little bit since we sat here.
It has been.
Yeah.
Yes, it has.
We are excited to bring you another topic. We like to keep these short and sweet. I want to remind you guys to share the show. That's how we grow a thriving can-do community.
Yes.
So share it out and let other people know if it's something you like, if it's something that is thought-provoking,
resonates with you. Share it out.
Share it out to people. All right, today's topic that we are going to jump in on is all about showing versus telling. And when the context of that is by building yourself up, you are going to build up those around you as well.
Mm-hmm. You will. Yes, just by no matter how early you get up, what you do when you get up. Are you wasting time when you're on social media, just lollygagging on the couch and chilling with a bowl of Cheerios? Or are you up, working out, taking your early walk, getting some early work done, taking care of yourself, spending time for yourself, meditate, visualize, and do your thing? That's a big difference.
And it's really, we talk about a lot, is like the action. It's the action. You can do a lot of talking, but it's the doing and the action that makes the difference, right? There's a lot of people on the sidelines that love to, we call them the peanut gallery. They like to sit over there and do a lot of chirping and a lot of talking, but that doesn't do anything, right? That doesn't change anything. It takes action. It takes motion. It takes movement to make a change. And so when you're consistently doing things, now these can be, a lot of times, you can consistently be doing the wrong things, you can consistently doing the right things, right? You want to be consistently doing things that are serving you, that are bettering you, that are helping you get closer to the person that you want to be. And so when you're doing that, you're leveling up. But your kids, they're watching you, right? So if they see, mom and dad and others around like getting up and being cheerful in the morning or starting their day reading, they emulate, they do what they see. And so
they're doing it now.
When they see you picking up a book, they want to pick up a book, right? When they see you going for a walk, they want to go for a walk. When they see you choosing better food options, they want those better options.
And start liking them even more.
Mm-hmm. And so it's by the continual doing. People, not just your kids. I mean, your kids watch and see because they're right there with you, right, all the time, and they're very impressionable. But also your spouse. Maybe you're on this journey and they're not on the journey with you. Hey, that's okay. Yep. You keep going down the journey because you leading by example. Will
make them turn.
They might
to your side.
They might not, right? But that's not
eventually.
That's not for you to decide. You take care of you by you doing what you need to do. People are going to get on board or they're not. And if they're not getting on board, then that is a whole nother topic in and of itself, because when you're leveling up, if the people around you are not leveling up, then there's going to be a great divide. Right. And there's going to be pulling down because they want you back on their level.
Right next to the couch. Right next to them on the couch watching Netflix.
Why? Because when you're moving, when you're leveling up, then they have to look in the mirror and say, well, what the heck's happening with me? What am I doing? Why am I choosing this over that? Why am I not prioritizing myself?
Why am I grabbing the quick meal?
Why am I making these choices? And so it's a mirror into themselves. And so you just keep doing you, because the people around you, they make their decisions as well. But through your actions, then it shows them a different way. Sometimes they don't know there's a better way, right? Because
until they see it.
Most people are in the same realm that they've been in. And so if they're not exposed to other things, then they don't know what's possible. They don't know there's other options, other things out there to be able to choose. And so when you start making different choices, then you're bringing that into their view. You're bringing that into their area of space that they can then make that decision as well.
Right, especially when she's ready for a walk and I'm not. She's leaving. Those shoes are on and you hear the door. Boom. And she's doing her thing. And I'm like, well, what about me? Am I going to wait till later to get my walk in because I'm not in the mood at that moment? Or am I get my shoes on, get my ass outside, be next to my woman who's going to keep pushing?
And that goes, both ways, because when there is a time, it's not like, hey, bye, see you later.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm going for a walk. I'm going for the walk now. And normally there's some lead up to that. Hey, you ready for a walk in 5 minutes? 5 minutes comes, 5 minutes goes. Well, I'm ready. So let's roll, right?
Right.
And, he can come along or not. It's, I'm not in charge of that. A lot of times we do things together, but sometimes we do not. And that's okay.
It is.
But we also have this
routine.
Routine, but we also have some healthy competition, we shall say, amongst each other that, well, I don't want him getting more steps than I have. I don't want him finishing his workout before I do. I want, I want that win, just like this morning. It's like we're running around the living room, kitchen, dining room area because we were finishing up a workout. We had a few minutes left that we needed to do. And instead of spending that time out, lacing up everything to go outside and put on the heavy coat and spending that time, like, we can just quickly walk around here. And it's like, okay, we were walking, which turned into then running, which turned into chasing. It's like, okay, here we go. Let's go. Why?
And then we had fun.
You make it
made us laugh.
Fun, right?
Yes.
But we're working on leveling each other up by being the best version of ourselves.
You should see her now. She's using heavier weights. The 10s are gone. And now she's just busting them out. I mean, busting them out. Kicking ass. And I told her how proud I am of her because she's just doing it to it.
I told him I'm coming to get his weights next.
She's coming to get my heavier weights.
I'm coming. It's like, but again, it's when you make things fun, it's an environment that you can continue to grow, right? I mean, could I have a crappy attitude and be like, okay, I'm going to lift these weights, or gosh, we got to do this walk. It's like, why do that to myself, to the environment, or to those around me? It's an energy shift. And so while, working out might not be my favorite thing to do. Sometimes I really enjoy it. Sometimes I don't. But guess what? I'm still going to give it my all in that moment.
And it comes and goes like that.
And then guess what? At the end, I never regret doing the workout after I've done it. I might be like, gosh, there's a million other things I could be doing right now.
No.
I really, no. Guess what? Check back in. Be here right now. Focus.
Yes.
What am I focused on right now? Get that done. Do it the best I can do it in that moment.
Correct.
And then move on to the next, right?
Just like I'm proud of us today. We were busy today. We had things to do, but we checked off all the boxes that we had to do before we even got back home.
And we were doing more than checking boxes. We were doing them full
physically,
out, right?
Yes.
It's like, and the reason we like doing this, and we talk about like stacking wins, right? Creating those wins for yourself. The more that you can do that in your day earlier, the better, right? We were getting up this morning, our normal early time, and out of bed we go. Well, then we had a little munchkin. We're not so little anymore, but anyways, my little munchkin came along, and she's like, I'm up, I'm awake. I'm like, no, you're not. Back to bed you go.
In the middle of our meditation,
it's like, it's like, no, this is my time right now. I get up super early so that I can work on me, so I can focus on me and the things that I need, so that I can set the day up correctly. So when they do get up at their 6 o'clock hour, which is still early enough, right? That I'm there. I know that I've already done the things that I needed to take care of myself. Now I can take care of others.
Yes.
But it used to be the flip side. It's like, it used to be chasing. It's like, well, the kids need this, or the business needs that, or we need to do this. And so I was at the bottom of the list, if at the list at all. And so I wasn't taking care of myself the way I should have been. And I wasn't able to then give my all on those other things, even though I thought in the moment that I was, right? It's like there's no time for a walk. What are you talking about? 45-minute workout? No.
Yeah.
Those are things that when you shift just those little things of like, instead of making an excuse and saying, well, there's no time for me because everybody else needs me. It's like, you know what? No, I'm going to make the time. Does that mean I need to get up earlier? Sure does. So then I get up earlier because now I have a built-in time for me. There's no excuses. There's no phone going off at that time.
Nope.
There's no email that needs to be checked. There's no social media that needs to be done.
It's still dark outside.
There's no, very dark now too. There's no kids yes, they might need me in a moment. And when they're babies, that's a little different. I mean, if they're crying and then of course I'm going to go tend to that. But I don't have babies that are crying anymore.
No.
I have a 12, a 10, and an 8.
You got the kids that want to cook all the time now.
This is a different season of life. And so you have to know that you have seasons that you're going through, right? And so don't get down on yourself if right now you're in a season where you have to give a little bit more to others. But that does not mean that you're at the end of the line. Nope. You still put yourself first. Maybe you're doing it in smaller increments. Maybe you figure out what works for you. But the main thing is put out what it is that you want, and you're going to be getting that back.
Right.
And when you don't get that back, then you have your answer.
Right. Especially with the kids now. They want to take care of us more because she's always in the kitchen or we're in the kitchen doing something. Now the kids are there. The kids want to bake. She baked yesterday. The kids I'm fixing them, teaching them how to make French toast. Now they know how to make French toast. Now our youngest did his own eggs over easy. Eggs. And then they're going to have to clean their dishes.
It's all of these, you lead by example, right? And I know growing up, it was like, okay, we're going to learn how to make these meals. We're going to learn how to clean the house. We're going to learn how to work hard. We're going to learn all of these traits. The one trait, though, that was missing in that is you're going to learn how to make yourself a priority in the day, and you're going to still be able to do all of these other things. That was not there, right? And so I went on what I know, which is go, 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 give, 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 and then wonder why, not that I felt like crap, it's just, I knew there has to be more to this than just constantly the same thing every day, go, go, go. What am I learning on this journey? How am I, impacting the world, but impacting myself as well?
Right. And there's been that shift that you've made also of wanting to take care of herself first. And nothing's wrong with that. And it's all been the same, but even better because she's in a better mood. She's happier. Everyone around her is happier and giving their time to help also.
And it's an example. I want our kids to know it is okay to take time for you. It is not selfish to say, nope, I'm doing this for me right now. This is my time. Good, carve it out. Do what you need to do during that time. And then you can go out into the world and work on the other things that need to be worked on. But you also have to set things up so that it works that way. And so am I able to get up when the kids get up and then be like, okay, now I'm still going to take this time for me and do this and that? I could. But I could also say, you know what? Instead of sacrificing that time with them, how about I sacrifice a little bit of sleep over here? Or maybe I go to bed a little bit earlier over here instead of later, and you carve out those moments of time.
Well, it wouldn't have worked out right anyway, because in the middle of taking care of yourself, if they're up also, that means I want this, help me with this and that. So it interferes with everything that you're doing anyway. So of course it wouldn't have worked no matter what anyway. So that's why you get up earlier to take care of that extra time for yourself.
And what I love about getting up and getting those things done is that when the kids get up, they're like, so what have you done? Well, let's see. I've done a workout. I've read. I've meditated. I've prayed. I've, had some protein already. I already had, half gallon of water. It's like, I've already win, right? And so the more that you can stack those wins, just like we were taking a friendly competition earlier between us, the more I want to win. The more I'm like, okay, well, how many more wins can I get today, right?
Well, how come you have more than I do? Right now.
Yeah, it's like, okay, and that's how you push yourself, because you're continuing to level up and say, well, yesterday I got this and today I'm doing this. How can I better myself from my own best score yesterday to make today even better? Now, are you going to have some days where things don't go as planned? You don't want to do anything,
you don't get up.
Yep.
Of course.
But guess what? You work through those still as well.
Yes, and you still get your stuff done.
It might not have, maybe you did have
that
some
time
things.
Schedule.
Maybe it has some things coming. Maybe the kids are sick, or maybe, you've got different appointments, or different stuff is going on, or there's all kinds of things. But you learn how to manage and handle those things. You deal with what is, right?
Well, every day is going to be different anyway. Some days you're going to get up earlier, some days later, but you still have your schedule and you know what things need to be done first.
And getting up earlier, carving out that time, no matter what else happens in the day, I've already taken care of the things I need to take care of on the front end. When you front load, you don't have to back load, right?
No,
and when
just
you're
like the snooze button.
Right, when you're back loading, it's like, okay, oh, I gotta do this. Oh my gosh, I haven't done this.
Yeah, they gotta leave it in an hour.
It's like, no, work it on the front end, build in that time for you, because then you're not stressing. You're not, oh my goodness, what am I gonna do here? How am I gonna do this? What's it gonna do? It's like, no, there's more of a calm that goes around it.
Yes.
And then what you're putting off, same thing of leading by example, that energy that you're putting out, that flows into the house, that flows into the workplace, that flows into your drive.
Yes.
I mean, it flows into everything, right? And
sure
so
does.
when you can get up and start that flow with yourself, leading by example again, right? That's going to continue off to your spouse. I mean, if you wake up and you're just like, with a bad attitude, well, that's going to rub a certain way as well, right?
Right.
And so if you do wake up, maybe not on the right side of the bed, you have that time to sit with okay, what's going on? What's happening?
Right.
Why am I emoting this today, right?
Yeah, before
and then
you even leave the bed, you can fix that challenge.
And so you snap yourself back into it, and then you haven't gotten to everybody else to put off that toxicity to them. So then we're back, right? And the same thing with the kids. I mean, they sometimes have their good days and their bad days. They have attitudes and things.
Right.
But guess what? When you acknowledge,
wanna get up.
hey, this is
Let's
this
go.
is you. What do we got to do today? How can you make this better for yourself?
Yes.
But again, they see you doing that as well. When they see you struggle and then you come out the other side, it's like, oh, okay, I can see how to do that, right?
Yep.
Just like you show them how to tie their shoes or ride a bike or use a spoon or anything
All the
else.
above.
These are all things that you have taught them by doing. They're watching you. And so that's how you build yourself
Yes.
and also build your family and by showing.
And then they imitate a lot of the things that you do anyway. It's an automatic.
And then
So when you're doing good things, they're going to imitate the good things.
And this goes outside of just your immediate, spouse or significant other
It's
and
people you
children.
talk to,
Then it goes
friends.
to your other family. It goes to your
Friends.
business or where you work. It goes to the people you're walking up and down. You go to the grocery store. I mean, you can sense energy. You can see when someone's having a good day. People are driving, flipping people off. I mean, they're not having a good day, right?
No.
Okay, but again, that's what, it's kind of like who kicked their cat, right? Well, what's happened
Exactly.
to them to cause that reaction or them to act that way? And so when you can be a light, when you can center yourself, it makes a ripple effect into
All the way around.
everywhere that you go because your energy flows wherever you go. Good
Sure
energy
does.
and
Bad.
not good energy, right? So when you work on yourself in the morning and building out yourself to be the best version of yourself for that day, then your spouse or your kids or your family or your colleagues or friends or people in the community, that all ripples effects to them as well. And now you've got social media, and so if you go on there and you start bitching and moaning and complaining versus
Right.
spreading light on there, it goes around the world, right?
And then you get more likes because you are being bitchy for some reason. And then every day you're back in that mode doing it again just to get more attention and more likes.
And I mean, there's a lot of things that we could be, addressing or going over or talking for clicks, for likes, for comments,
yeah, we
for
had
shares.
a discussion.
It's
We're
like,
not going to do that.
That's not what this is about. This is not
No.
about the fast, the quick, the easy.
No.
It's about showing people a better way by doing, right? Again, what are we talking about? Practice what you preach. So by doing, people are going to see, okay, you know what?
Yeah.
There's plenty of places that you can go for the fear. There's plenty of places that you can go for the negativity. There's plenty of places you can go for the woe is me. There's plenty of places that you can go for all of these things.
Yes.
You need a place that you can come to thrive. You need a place that
That's
you can
what we're
come
about.
to speak well into your life and to show you a better way and to show you how you can take all of
Correct.
these things and turn that mess into your message of who you are and what you're doing.
Thrive to strive.
Yep.
Yes.
So, the question is, what are you doing? Where are you? Like, look at yourself. You got to look inward, right? Stand in front of the mirror if you need to and say,
Right.
okay, who am I?
And where do you want to go? And what steps are you going to take? And it just takes small steps, small baby steps first. We're not saying get up. You get up at 6 or 7. We're not saying get up at 4. No, just back it up 15 minutes. Back it up 30 minutes. Do it increments. Do it slowly at a time to do certain things. Maybe you don't want to eat those cookies. Maybe you don't, you know what I mean? Just instead of 3, go to 1 and then to 0.
It's about little
small steps.
Little shifts. And so like saying 15, get it 15 minutes earlier this week. Well then
next
week
30.
What if you do 30? Until you back it up into what you're not really missing that
Yes.
sleep.
But then also take care of extra things while you're up.
Yeah.
Also, don't just get up early just to get up early to have your coffee.
No, you need to know what you're getting up
Know what you're
early
going to do
for.
for that day and have it laid out already.
Yeah, so you've got to
Have a power list. Do what you're going to do. Do your 5 steps.
know what you want to accomplish. Because if you get up and you have no roadmap, you don't. Well, you're up. Okay, now
Yes.
what? Right? You might as well be sleeping.
Don't
Because
kick the can.
if you're up, it's like, okay, I'm up and now I'm doing this and I'm doing this. And so you're going through the things that are getting you closer to the best version of yourself for that day.
Right.
And that then goes into the next day and the next day. But you have to get up with a plan and a purpose of what you're going to accomplish and
Yes.
start getting them done. Start taking care of care of business, really. It's like, you know, okay, you work with you and then you work it and then you continue on. Just like, you know, if you go out and you go to work and you have appointments, well, the same thing. If you get up with yourself in the morning, okay, I've got an appointment in the bathroom, check. I've got an appointment with my water, check. I've got an appointment with my book. Okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to read.
Right.
How much are you reading? 1 page, 10 pages, 20 pages, 5 minutes, 10 minutes? What are you doing? Same thing with like, okay, how long, if you're going to do
Right,
prayer
and what
or
are you
meditation.
reading?
Exactly.
And what are you reading?
Something that's
sure it's
feeding-
something that's feeding yourself.
Your mind and your body and really your soul to be a better version, right?
Yep.
And there's so many different things out there, whether it's business or personal development or relationships or, you know, how to, maybe you want to learn a new skill. There's tons
love
out
that.
there to learn and to grow and to push
Always
you.
be learning.
So always be growing, always be expanding, but know that by you building out yourself and taking the actions consistently, that's going to make a difference around you because you're showing them the way.
Yes. And then everyone around you is going to start watching. They're going to start noticing the little twist of the little things that you're doing.
So
Excuse me.
think about that as you go forward in this week. What can you do starting right now to start making those little shifts, to start taking
Little
those little
shifts.
actions that are going to show?
Yeah, and you'll be proud of yourself too.
And you don't need to go off talking and telling people
No.
what you're going to do. Just
No,
start doing
just do it.
Just start doing it. And let your actions, let your results speak for themselves.
Correct.
Okay, guys? So remember, at the end of the day, we are here for you. We are building a thriving can-do community. And everything we're doing here is for you guys. We love hearing
Yes.
from you. We do have a Q&A
Coming up
episode that we
soon.
do. So send in those questions that you have.
Yes.
And just go out there and remember that we can do it, and so
so
can
can
you
you.
by taking consistent action. All right, guys, we'll talk to you soon. Bye.